Hello everybody, welcome back to Day with 3D Print. My name's Kyle, and today we're looking at the FLUX Ador, and more importantly, the Ador extension base. So let's set them up and see what it's all about.
Okay, so if you haven't met the Ador before, it was one of the world's first colour laser cutters, which allows you to use ink to print over your designs once they're done. It was released at the end of 2023 and we finally got our hands on the extension base for it, which gives it so much more depth that I've definitely missed compared to the BMO and Beanbox series. As you can see, there's a QR code on the box. Make sure to keep it nearby as you're going to need it after you've unpacked everything.
Okay, so turns out there's no instructions, so you've actually got to scan the QR code on the box, and then hopefully that'll take us to where we need to be, because I need to figure out how to take the bottom of the Ador off, so obviously we can put it on top. So let's figure that out.
Once I scanned the QR code and found the instructions, it was super easy to take the bottom off. I took the module off first and pulled the rail to the front of the machine. Then I used a screwdriver to undo this screw and this one, and then after that I just slid the underneath to the back without a problem. Once I'd put the bottom to one side, I picked up the Ador and just plonked it straight down on the extension base. However, I did realise I'd made a small mistake.
Okay, I've made a mistake. Basically, this was 180 degrees. It was on wrong. I'm going to lift this up so you can see which side is supposed to be the front and which side is supposed to be the back. So the thin side is at the front and there's a lot of width here. That's for the back. And you'll know that they're aligned because on the inside, oh, there you go. You'll know that they're aligned because on the inside, these lined up here, these lines here, and these lines here. If these don't line up, like if this black bit here is sticking out a little bit and there's like a little ledge here, it's on the wrong way around. And I learned that the hard way.
Anyway, after I figured that out, I screwed the vent hose onto the back into our beam air and I put the honeycomb inside. I was actually quite impressed by how easy it was for me to move the honeycomb up and down with the little handle on it. It made it a lot easier to move to different levels. Anyway, I put some material in and pressed the autofocus button when this happened.
Hawk. Right, okay, so
Okay, so lesson learned, the honeycomb should only be as low as the material needs, otherwise it will just keep trying to lower itself past its range. Alright, the box is in and we're ready to begin. A small and quick design is more than enough just to test the depth range. We switched to wood engraving instead of cutting and we're ready to hit print. As you can see, that came out just fine. The autofocus makes it super easy to adjust how far the laser module needs to be from the box, and so I had no problem engraving on it. Now, I really wanted to test how deep it could actually go, so I found a decent sized bag that would fit the Ador to see if it would be possible. But the trouble is with bags like these is that they aren't usually flat, so I ended up getting a box and putting it inside just to straighten it up, and that actually worked great. I went for this nice little logo here and it came out really good. I was really impressed by the quality of the engraving actually, and I could definitely see a lot of people using this machine for this exact use.
So that's going to be it for today. What do you guys think about the extension base? I'm personally actually really impressed by it. I didn't think it would give us nearly as much depth as it actually does. And it sort of makes the already endless possibilities of the Ador even more endless. Anyway, that's all from me today, and I'll see you guys next time.